Hello and welcome. We're going to do a full moon collective reading using the Vivid Journey Tarot today. So we're going to look at like what the current energy is, what the full moon is, going to show us and illuminate for us what's ripe for the harvest for the full moon. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa and I like to do tarot readings on random topics, stuff like this. I also do witchy unboxing videos on Metaphysical Monday where we talk about magic and stuff like that, which I am going to transition into a podcast platform still here on YouTube, but they're starting a new thing where they're going to allow playlists to be featured as podcasts instead of playlists. So that's kind of cool because a lot of podcasts are putting stuff on YouTube. So I think that's really, really cool. And there's, I guess, plans to expand that further. So I'm going to get in while I can. And we're going to call our Metaphysical Monday series that I've been doing for probably 3 or 4 years into a podcast. So that would be pretty cool. Let me know what you think about that. If you watch videos in the car while you're driving where you can listen to them, but you don't necessarily need to see the screen, because I do that all the time, that's pretty cool for me. So I'm curious what you think. All right, so we're going to look at the full moon energy. The full moon is this Thursday, which is the 7th. That's a guess. It is this Thursday. So we're going to look at the energy, current energy moving into the full moon, what the full moon's showing us. And this is just a collective message. No zodiac signs here. If you're seeing this, then you get to know, I guess, what the collective is experiencing. So this may resonate for you. It may not. It may resonate on a larger scale, but not affect your mundane. Anyways, let's get into it. You probably already fast forwarded or clicked away because I ramble. All right, let's talk about the full moon. Okay. If you hear that screechy, that is a sago palm brushing against the window because it is very windy outside. First up is the 10 of Pentacles. So 10's completion of a cycle here. 10 of Pentacles has to do with earth energy, your finances, your home, your job, your career, the stuff that you can see, feel, touch, taste, that kind of stuff. So yeah, kind of like maybe a closing out of a cycle financially. There's a lot of talk of a lot of things that are going on in the world right now. I'm not going to get into specifics on that. This is going to be like a general overview. A couple more out here. 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. So I'm feeling like collectively, it's almost like, so we have this 10 of Pentacles here, which is like that closing out that cycle, that peak, I guess, if you want to call it that, the peak of that. I'm really getting that financial stuff because we also have this 3 of Pentacles, which would be about building something tangible, right? Again, with those, being able to experience it with all of your senses. But then we have this 2 of Swords, so I feel like there may be a little opposition to it. There may be, 2 of Swords is usually like a decision-making kind of card, like not really being kind of stuck in your head about one way or another, that kind of thing. But this blindfold coming after both of these Pentacle cards, I feel like collectively, there's like almost like closing a chapter, building something new with a little bit of opposition, a little bit of both ways. I'm getting like a split decision or a split perspective on it with this, okay? Because again, swords are also, communication. This is our air energy, so thoughts, communication, learning, knowledge, that kind of stuff. I feel like there's going to be either conflicting information or opposing perspectives based on information that the opposing parties have. Not making this into anything specific, but I do feel like there is kind of an energy around our financial system, only because I do have knowledge that there's, we've been talking about going to a digital currency for a long time. And there was recent news of some countries pulling out of using the US dollar. I am in the US, so that, but that is a global thing that affects more than just the US. but definitely not a great impact for the US. But I feel strongly that that's kind of where that's pulling from. Like maybe there's plans to have some new sort of financial system almost put in place. But again, there's a little opposition to that. So collectively, I feel like there may be a change in, and not in a like tower kind of change, but more of a closing of a chapter. Like so, like accepting that's that closure, that 10. We've hit the peak of something here, and I feel like collectively it has to do with our financial structures because of these two cards, because of all of the pentacle influence here. And we have like this is, you know, the angle here, like almost like a blueprint and plans being drawn out. But I'm also kind of getting, okay, this Two of Swords is kind of influencing this a little bit too. I'm also kind of getting that there's like almost like okay, I keep hearing putting the cart before the horse. They're putting the cart before the horse. So almost like we closed something without having a plan in place. Okay. Which can cause some instability here and some friction and some opposing views. Interesting because she's blindfolded. But opposing thoughts on the subject. So I'm getting kind of a cart before the horse energy is there as well, because that 10, that closure energy comes before we get that 3 of Pentacle come out, where that's where you would plan. So logically, a rational person would plan before exiting something, before closing something out. So yeah, almost getting like that cart before the horse. Now this doesn't specifically have to apply to specific financial structures or, you know, the US dollar or anything like that, but general energy around that is like there's going to be some information that conflicts with, you know, something being closed out before a new plan is put in place. So yeah, all right, cut the cards. 3 more. Okay, 3 of Cups, another 3, another 2 of Wands, and then we have the 8 of Wands. I feel like the first thing that came to mind was like a boys club, which is funny because they're women on this card, and like not that gender has anything to do with it. But with this deck, the 3 of Cups, so traditionally 3 of Cups is going to be about celebration, about coming together and being social and sharing experiences and, you know, like having a good time. But for me, okay, so I get coven vibes from this just because of what they're wearing, the robes and the chalices. It's a cups suit, so that makes sense. But what I see when I look at this is almost like Mean Girls energy. So that's where that boys club kind of, I guess, came in. But that's the second 3 that we've had here. So the 3s again are about that building structure. So like 1 being the beginning, the idea, 2 being you know, making it more solid, but 3 kind of actually solidifying it, making it into a plan of action. So, and then we have this other 2, we have this 2 of Wands here, which is, we have the planet, we have the globe right there. So I feel like this may be like more tied to global issues. Again, this is a collective reading, so that makes sense. And we also have those 2 wands, which are they're not crossed the way these 2 swords are. So if we can compare these cards, he's actually got a smile on his face looking out into the open, right? Like he's looking out there, and this one is blindfolded. So I feel like there may be a not just like the opposing view, but look at the way these 2 cards came out together. Look at the way it's like he's almost spying on them, right? This is very, very watcher energy. This is very watching energy. So it's almost like this, like almost getting kind of like spying on someone kind of energy, but like as a global, like on a global stage. So this could be spiritually being watched over, but this can also be interpreted as, you know, kind of big brother energy, right? Being watched over. We have the 8 of Wands here too, though, which for me is a big manifestation card. This is, you know, I'm going to say it because I say it every time I see the card, and you know, not everyone has seen my videos before. The Eight of Wands reminds me of when Abraham Hicks, through Esther Hicks, describes manifestation as, you know, launching your rockets of desire. You launch the rocket, and you have to let it go, and then it goes out there, and then builds its energy, builds its momentum, whatever. And now I'm not, this is all me, but the phrase launching rockets of desire, that comes from Esther Hicks via Abraham Hicks, or I switched those, but anyway. But you get, you know, they come back, you know, like it builds the energy, it builds momentum, materializes things, forces come together, whatever. And then, you know, they come to you, you know, you launched them and they come back, basically. And that's the energy that I usually get with the Eight of Wands. This one gives that vortex energy. So it's almost like maybe there's like, it's coming in, but there's like a swirl, there's like a vortex around it. It's almost getting messy energy from that, messy vibes. Like it's not going to come the way you expect it. Like you launched a rocket straight, you expect it to come back straight, but like in this example, it gets caught up in a whirlwind and kind of ends up all over the place and goes around and then finds its way to you. So it's almost like it's in a messy fashion. But the number 8 is a manifestation number for me. So and abundance for, you know, collective. Most people would consider an 8 in the abundance realm for meaning. Also, if you tilt it on its side, it's an infinity loop, which to me doesn't signify never ending. It signifies, you know, like a continuous effort and reward. Reciprocation, which was a big one when I was doing zodiac readings at the new year, at the start of this year, which I've stopped doing zodiac readings again. But that was like the word that kept coming in was reciprocation. So, and with reciprocation, I come back to this 2 energy. Okay. It's like it takes 2 to tango. It's a 2-way street and all of that, all of those little idioms. Feeling like that it's going to have some kind of influence as well. So let's get 3 more to wrap this up, and then we'll ask for some advice. So 3 more cards about what's going on, what's revealed for this full moon. Hello. Oh boy. And he landed face up. I don't typically count jumpers into the reading. Specific circumstances. If I get a jumper, a true jumper, it will land face up. Okay. If it does not land face up, it was not meant to be in the reading. The other thing is if while I'm shuffling, one flips completely over and back into the deck, where if I fanned it out, I would be able to see the face of the card, then that was meant to be in the reading. Other than those 2 circumstances, I don't accept jumpers into the reading. But these 2, okay, I said 3. All right. Dude. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles. Did my screen just glitch? Because I looked up and it looked glitchy. King of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. So yeah, I don't think everything's coming out with this full moon. And then we have another 2. So now we have 2, 2, 2. And this, again, look at the face. Look at the expression. Oh, I should be careful. Look at the expression on. They're just spirals. Not what you thought they were. Shit. That's a little questioning in the facial expression there, where this 2 completely blindfolded, oblivious, not paying attention, or being willfully ignorant. The word ignorance has been throwing me for a loop lately. Anyways, and then look, we're comparing the facial expressions on the 2. This guy seems pretty pleased, but he's not doing anything. And then this one is like, huh? What do we do here? What's going on? Almost kind of confused energy. So I read intuitively. I know the traditional meanings, and I will incorporate that, but my initial intuition is what I'm going to speak on first. So this is the first one I saw because it flipped out face up. And that is some sneaky snake energy right there. So I feel like there will still be some things hidden. I don't think this full moon is going to reveal a whole lot other than perhaps the ending of a structure and plans to build a new one when they should have been planning to end, planning what they're going to do after an end. So, and I say they loosely, I don't know who they is. But this looks like some sneaky shady shit. Okay. Not gonna lie, that's intuitively and traditionally, that's kind of what's coming out of this card here. There's almost like he's hiding with his cloak. He's hiding those swords, right? And if you compare swords to what they represent in this suit, that is the element of air, our thoughts, communication, learning, knowledge, that kind of thing. I feel like there is still going to remain a lot of things are going to be cloaked in mystery. So, okay, like facts may be presented, but facts may be presented not in the way that you were expecting them, that vortex energy, but also they're going to be shrouded in mystery. Shroud, right? The cloak, I think, but pretty sure shroud is another word for cloak, like it means the same thing. Shrouded in mystery, cloaked in mystery. I feel like there's going to be some facts, but they're going to be a little confusing. All right. We have that 2 energy, which feels like teamwork, right? You need to have that like a second opinion, kind of getting that too. And then we have the King of Pentacles here, who's just like kind of sitting in front of his castle. We don't know if he's sitting or standing. He's just there. And I feel like it's almost like an ominous presence that this King of Pentacles has. Again, more pentacle energy. So again, having to do with your, finances, career, things that are related in that realm collectively. But that is about kind of like mastering that, being very practical minded, make mature decisions here. But this could also be a specific person. This is the only court card we've gotten. So this could be representing a king, however you want to envision that for the collective. Getting that mature vibe, but also trying to be very practical with that, with what is going on here. And being that came out kind of toward the end, I feel like it's almost somebody stepping in to say, look, you guys are not being practical about this. This is how I would do it. That kind of energy. Like maybe this, because it comes toward the end of the reading, it's almost as if it's giving me a timeline for what's going on here. So perhaps that's what this waiting, watching energy was. Someone was kind of like waiting in the shadows, kind of like observing, because you don't get to the king status here without being aware of surroundings, especially that earth energy. It's slow and methodical and practical, like I said. So I feel like that might have been that waiting energy, like that kind of like taking a seat back and just kind of watching what's unfolding, watching this boys club that I mentioned earlier, like it's like exclusive kind of information, or okay, what do we call it? Classified information. Someone's watching from afar and gaining all of this information to be used in a practical manner. And I feel like maybe something steps in toward the end of the lunar cycle, because we are looking at the full moon energy. So maybe toward the end of April, I believe the new moon is on 20th-ish, somewhere around there. So I feel like maybe toward the end of April, we're looking at somebody kind of stepping in and being a little bit more like level-headed, practical about it, because he's been sitting back there watching. But because of the way the presence comes off in this card, you can't tell if he's sitting, standing, digging his hose in the sand, if he's barefoot, but you assume that he's kind of grounded and like it's just like a large presence, right? You can't see the beginning or end of him, kind of. So yeah, I feel like there's like a big energy kind of coming in to kind of take blindfolds off and say, look, this isn't gonna work. This is my idea of how to more practically handle the situation. But again, I feel like there's still going to be a lot of things that are kind of shrouded in mystery. People may be a little, trying my best here, a little confused as to, like, she's literally like, what? You know, like, Two of Pentacles, but, and again, more Pentacle energy. That Two of Pentacles is like up and down. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? This is where that like methodical thinking kind of comes into play here, so that you can take practical action. I've got 1 cup, 2 swords, and 2 wands. So not a whole lot of emotion going into it, not a whole lot of kind of like logical thinking going into it, but I feel like there is some practicality coming out of it. So the primary element that we're dealing with here is earth, which is going to be slow moving, and I feel like there's like a cart before the horse type situation going on here, where people are going to be left kind of wondering what the hell is going on or what they should be doing. I feel a lot of kind of questioning energy coming from a lot of these cards. So 1 quick card for word of advice. Nope. Any advice for this full moon? Okay, 2. Okay, so not bad. I am going to look at the one that flipped out to... Yeah, definitely I don't feel like that kind of really applies to this. But then we have 2 more wands energy. So we have now matched the earth energy with the fire energy. Hopefully that doesn't end up being something. But look at the energy of these cards. So the advice here is to enjoy your stability here. So this can be taken as a celebration, a wedding. We have like the representation of 1111 here as well, which is going to be more like a spiritually guided. The number 4 being a stable energy here. So this is also a union. So we have that like kind of like union, stability, joining forces kind of energy, which could be replicated in the 3 twos that we came out with earlier, or reinforcing those 3 twos that came out, where there's like kind of like partnership energy. Individually, these twos don't have any of that partnership energy, but when we have the 3 of them here, we're looking at 222. We're looking at kind of an emphasis on a pairing of sorts. So there could be like a commitment made. So maybe someone coming to the aid, however you feel like that would apply to the collective. And then we have the 6 of Wands here, which is about victories. So I feel like the advice here is to definitely keep watch on your stability, on your finances. And I'm getting the gratitude too from these 2 cards, because look at all of the greenery here. So this is going to tell me abundance. The wreath, this is the victory wreath. Excuse me. And so I'm getting a lot of like gratitude. Like you won. These 2 in the background here holding up, in a like, look what we've done, and as opposed to this like, holding that up. So they're like in a proud way, like holding up. And getting microphones for some reason. I know those don't look like microphones. I'm shaky. I know those don't look like microphones, but like almost like getting like mic drop kind of energy, especially paired with this this 6 of Wands here. So gratitude. Make sure that you are for advice to either enjoy this or work through whatever is going on, however it ends up affecting you, is to not forget to be grateful for the things that are stable in your life. Make sure that you're counting your victories, and maybe even writing them down. I did do a Metaphysical Monday video last week before, which I also mentioned that, and potentially, just like writing down all of your wins and kind of keeping your focus on that. I'm also getting, keep your eyes on the prize, because a victory is afoot. Okay, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up with that. That is what I see for our collective full moon energy. I feel like some information is going to be revealed, but it's going to be shrouded in mystery. Something is going to be closed. They're going to try and they're trying to build something new. They could be anyone. This could be within your small circle. This could be your parents. This could be your boss. This could be your state or local government. This could be your church, your whatever your associations you're part of. That kind of they. Okay, so this could apply as big or grand as it does. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I hope I will see you in the next video. I am doing Inked Goddess Creations unboxing next. I will see you in that one. Always remember that the magic you seek is within you. Have a blessed day.